Bobby, thank you for having me on.
Anytime, first off, let me just let you know. Anytime I'm talking to a Brit, I'm on the defense already. All right, I work with Toby every week, and he puts me in the guard with the British people.
Well,
so
I've gone for the stereotype. I've got my cup of tea.
Trust me, there's a lot of stereotypes I can hit you with on this one. Believe me, I deal with a bunch of them on a weekly basis. Speaking of Brits, there's my boy Joey Splats just showed up in the chat room. Although I do this thing to Joey, I started calling Joey a Frenchman.
Right.
I know how much you British love the French, so it always gets him a little torqued up when I say that.
Gets him a little salty.
Yeah, he gets a little salty. It's a good thing. It gets the tone going and it gets everything kind of how I want it to be. It leads to a good conversation. So, man, it's the first time we've actually ever talked. I don't think we've really.
Yeah, we've spoke quite a lot on Twitter, but we've never really spoke face to face as such, have we? Everyone talks on Twitter, and then you never sort of get a chance, do you? Really? Like we've been trying to do this for a while now, and
kind of like two ships passing in the night.
Yeah, definitely, especially for me because it's 1 a.m. at the moment. You've got me up late.
No! Wait, stop! I asked what you were doing on the weekends. You're like, hey man, because let's be fair. I normally stream around this time, and that one night, man, all these people started showing up, and they're like, hey, Paul Lloyd sent us over here. I'm like, what the hell is Paul Lloyd doing up this time of night, man? And then boom, here comes Paul. He jumps in the chat. I'm like, okay, I guess Paul Lloyd's awake.
It's weird because I'm British. I've got quite a big British following on YouTube with Mario and things like that. But I was looking at the analytics, and 43% of my followers are from America, from the States, and it's weird, and it comes from, if I stream in the morning after a night shift, I come home and then I do a bit of streaming, and it's people who are up really late, say like your time at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy, right?
Yeah. When I stream at different times through the day, you get a completely different groups of people. It's weird.
Joey Splat said, Paul, you sound like you're from the Midlands, are you?
No, I'm from Cheshire, which is sort of up a bit.
The thing's like this big. What are you talking about up a bit? It's like...
Well, don't you think it's weird with how small United Kingdom is, and there's such a variety of accents in a small space?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is true. You guys have a bunch of different accents, and you're just...
Yeah, lots of regional accents all in one small space.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Random Parent, what is up? Yeah,
he has come from my chat.
Yeah, he came from your channel over and all that stuff. So it's cool. Twin Game Reviews. Hey, I think I've been to a few Paul Lloyd Super Mario Maker streams. He said.
Awesome.
I'm going to bastardize this big time. Joey said, oh my god, I'm from Cheshire, from Congleton,
yeah.
Congleton. Go to university at Chester.
Right, okay, cool. That's near me.
Alright, Joey, nobody cares, right? Alright, stop taking over the chat. Like, this is ridiculous. So, here's the thing. Real quick, let everybody know, like, who you are, what you do, all that good stuff, like how they can find you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm mainly active on Twitter, Paul Lloyd 10. I don't really have a separate gaming related Twitter, so it's basically a little bit about my life, a little bit about gaming, a little bit about work, just a wide variety of everything on there, really. YouTube, I started YouTube doing Mario Maker videos and things like that, and it's just sort of progressed from there, and sort of it's all been a hobby, really, and that's about it, really. I don't use Facebook anymore. I feel like I've grown away from there.
I've kind of stopped too. Like, it's weird because people will be like, I had a Facebook, I still do have a Facebook group, and at one time I was very active in it. And a lot of people were just like, hey man, where you at? Where you been? And I'm just like, Discord, or Twitter. Like,
yeah.
that's my thing, man. That's where I'm at most of the time. Because it just feels...
Well, Twitter's so quick, isn't it? Twitter's instant.
Yes. And the thing of it is the thing I like about Twitter is that, like, well, I definitely love the fact that they bumped it up to 280 characters. Because it also, it feels like now I can actually make a thought, you know, and it's like I don't have to do, like... You
can put proper punctuations in.
Yeah, and I don't have to eliminate vowels and all this stuff to try to get people to understand what I'm talking about. Like, when I was saying, like, your... I would spell it like Y-E-R, just so I can lose one letter off the thing. It's like, this is so stupid. So I'm kind of glad that they bumped that up. But, like, I really feel like that's my main place. Like, I have a good time on Twitter. Yeah. And so it's good. And plus I have 1,800 followers. So when you have 1,800 followers, you feel like a god among men, even though you're really not. You're just a nobody in New Jersey, and it's like, whatever. You know, so I think the first time I ever heard the name Paul Lloyd was via Nintendo Dads.
Right, okay.
Because I believe... Well, I had gone on that show a couple of times, but the first time I went on as the Geek Guru, and that was my transition into the Nintendo Guru. Yeah,
well, that was about 12 months ago, wasn't it? Maybe a bit more.
A little bit more, yeah, a little
bit
more.
And I reviewed SteamWorld Heist for them.
Yep, and that's when and that they were calling you their international correspondent or something, like some weird stupid thing. Then they you know what, I think the thing of it is this is the sad thing, Paul. It's obvious that they were paying you too much money, so they just shipped Justin Masson out there to take over the role. You know.
Well, it shows really that they could afford to send Justin over and pay him a little bit less, and he's happy with that.
Exactly. SteamWorld Heist is actually how I met Justin. So
what did you think of it? Because I never played SteamWorld Dig. I just went straight into SteamWorld Heist.
Okay, so I played Dig, right? Yeah. I loved Dig. Like I love Dig so much.
Yeah.
So when they announced Heist, I got really upset, and I was like, this isn't what I want, man. I want more of Dig. Like I love Dig. So what happened was one day I was playing Dig, and I was sitting outside of a building. I was getting ready to go into a meeting, and I'm sitting in my car waiting for the meeting to start, and I'm just playing Dig, and I was like, man, I'm going to tweet these guys. So I tweet them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Image and Form, this thing is amazing. I love this game. Like, oh, it's so good. And it took me back to like 15 years old playing Metroid for the first time. Like, I loved it. I fell in love with it. And then I turn around and I go into the meeting and I come out and they replied. And it's the first time ever somebody in the gaming community replied to me, and I was like, oh my god, this is phenomenal.
It's such a good feeling, isn't it, when you...
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I reply back, and then boom, they reply back, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah. And then we just keep talking and talking and talking the whole rest of the day, and then we just became friends. It was actually Julius behind the screen, behind the account talking. Yeah. Me and Julius are talking, and then one day Julius is like, hey man, because I was sending Julius Amiibo. He came on the Geekcast when I had the Geekcast. He came on with Toby and I, him and Brian, and then we start talking, and then I find out that he doesn't have a gold Mario, because that was United States exclusive. That wasn't over there.
It's funny, isn't it? Because before you get into YouTube and you get into this sort of ecosystem that we're in at the moment, you feel that it's like big, like I don't know, it's hard to explain, that sort of like, oh my god, Image and Form spoke to me, or like a Tui with Jules. It's like, oh my god, Jules has liked my tweet, and it's sort of, but it, until you get into it, you don't realise that it's a person, and they've got the same hobbies, they've got the same interests,
all the same stuff.
They're like me and you, they're exactly the same.
Yeah. It's crazy, and the thing of it is, so I find out that he loves, Amiibo, but wasn't able to get this particular one, and I was like, I'm gonna send it to him. So I send him one. And that day, I'm sitting there and I go, hey, Julius, this is the package. Am I sending it to the right address? Because I would hate to send it to Sweden and it be the wrong address.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's it. He goes, wait a minute. You live in New Jersey? And I was like, yeah. And he must have thought New Jersey was like England, like a little postage stamp. And he's like, hey, Brian's in New Jersey. You should go meet him. And I'm like, yeah, he don't want to meet me. He's like, no. He knows who you are. He would love to meet with you. He goes, here's his phone number. Call him. And I'm like, awesome. I am not calling him. I'm like, there is no way that I'm calling. Blaze Knight 0923. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate that. So I'm sitting there like, there's no way that I am going to call him. Like, this ain't gonna happen. He's like, no, you have to. You have to call him. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna embarrass myself. So I was going to a Comic-Con that day. I go to Comic-Con. I come out. I go, you know what? I'm gonna call him. If he answers and says that he wants to meet me,
yeah,
then I will go and I will go meet him.
You'll be like a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. So I call him up. Goes to voicemail, and I'm like, I'm not leaving a voicemail. Screw this. So I hang up. Okay? I'm like, I'm going home, man. I ain't doing this. I'm driving down the street, and like 10 minutes later, my phone rings, and I look over, and it's Brian calling me back. And I'm like, no way. So I answer the phone. I'm like, hey, Brian, this is Bobby Pauls. I said, you might know me at the time. You might know me as the Geek Guru.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh my God, dude. What? How did you get my number? And I go, I'm sorry, Julius gave it to me. He's like, no, that's okay. What are you doing? And I was like, I'm just coming from a Comic-Con. He's like, where are you at? I'm in New Jersey. Julius said I should come up to you. He goes, how far away are you? I said, I'm about an hour and a half. He goes, oh, come on, you don't have to come up here. That's crazy. I go, well, if you don't want me to come, that's fine. He goes, no, I would love for you to come. He said, but you don't, hour and a half's a long drive. I was like, if you tell me it's okay to come, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd love to meet you. I'm on my way. Boom. And I start heading up there. Call my wife, and I'm freaking out like a little 2-year-old girl. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to meet Brian from Image and Form. And she's like, who? And I'm like, the guy's a big steamroll thing. And she's like, oh, okay, whatever. So I go up, right? And I go in the room, like it was at a hotel, right? And so all these different rooms is, all these different rooms are different. People sell like vendors.
Is it like when you see people that are interviewing actors for like the new Star Wars film? It wasn't like that.
Well, like it was what it was it was a steampunk convention.
Right.
So every room had different things. Like this person was selling like steampunk earrings, and this one was selling hats. And so I finally find the room where they're at, and I'm like, I don't see Brian. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna hang out back here and stuff, right? And all of a sudden he walks in, and I'm like this glowing light is beaming down over top of him, and I'm like, oh my God! All of a sudden my palms start sweating, man. I'm like, I can't go approach this guy. This guy gonna be like, what are you, nuts? Chibi, what is up? So I'm like, you know what? I tap him on the shoulder, and I'm like, Brian? And he's like, he recognized me. He's like, Bobby, and I was like, yeah. He goes, hey man, he gives me a hug, and this, and he's like, and what the way they had it was they had 2 TVs set up, and one was for Dig, and one was for Heist.
Right.
And we started talking for a few minutes, and he goes, hey man, you want to check out Heist? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And he's like, come with me. And there was a couple of kids on there playing, and he goes, guys, you guys have been here for a little bit. Do you mind if can you guys step away?
Yeah.
I gotta show this guy. I'm like, this is insane. And I sit down with him, and he starts explaining the game to me and showing me. He's like, I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Play through the demo. He's like, do you want anything to drink? You know, I'm like, no, I'm good. Come on, you gotta, whatever. And I'm like, nah, get me water or whatever. So he comes, you know, he takes off, and I'm playing through the demo, and I'm like, that moment, I was like, this game is really good. Like, this is really, really good, right? So he comes back, and I wound up staying there for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just talking to him, picking his brain, all this stuff. I drive home. The next day, I wake up, and I'm like, man, I really want to go back. Like, I want to go back up. Not screw Brian at this point. I want to go play Heist again.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, it was like I had this need to want to play this game. So, anyway, this is a huge long story. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
We go and I turn around, and I wind up getting. They started running these contests.
Yeah.
these SteamWorld Ambassador contests, and every single one I'm trying to win, and I'm like, man, I want to win. I got to. Joey Splats. This is exactly how I'm going to act when I meet Guru for the first time. Listen, don't cry. That's the only thing I want to ask. Don't cry in front of me. I don't know how to handle it.
Bubby!
Yeah, Bubby, what do you think? Like, get away. So, no, I turn around and I'm trying to win these things. And the one thing, that I do that actually they use and they do was they were like, hey, give us an idea for something social media. And I was like, you need to do a show, a weekly, whatever show you do, where you interview people from your studio or you talk about different things. And it's the Engine Room. The Engine Room was my idea. I didn't name it or none of that. That was all them. But the whole concept and the idea was my idea. And it won me into the ambassador. Yeah. So what the ambassador entitles me to is every time they launch a game, I get 3 copies of the game. Every time it hits a different console, I get copies of the game. So typically what I do is so I do whatever. But the nice thing is I get it when reviewers are getting it typically. Yeah. So I got Heist like 4 days before launch, and I'm playing. I'm like, I want to play. I want to review it, dude. I really loved Heist, like, so much, and I didn't think I would at first. I was like, I don't want nothing to do with this game.
The one thing I found, I wouldn't say bad, but the one thing that didn't work is
be careful what you're about to say here, Paul. I don't speak blasphemy against Imogen Flow.
Okay, I'll word it a different way. It would have been even better.
It can't get any better.
If it was on a portable, if it was on the Switch. I know that we say that about a lot of games, but when I was playing it on the Wii U gamepad, I found that I want to take it with me more so than other games. I felt that I wanted to sort of play it in short bursts.
So my thing was this: I played Heist on the 3DS. That was the first place I played it. So I thought it was perfect.
Yeah. For the 3DS, yeah.
For the 3DS, perfect.
Yeah.
Then I played it on the PS4, right? And what I didn't like about the PS4 was I loved the graphics. I thought it was beautiful in HD. What I didn't love was there was no map on it.
Yeah.
Meaning map was actually, you had to like hit pause or something to flip to the map screen. And then for me, the Wii U, what I loved about the Wii U was it was kind of felt like it was the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it was in between the two, wasn't it?
I got my HD graphics, but I also got my map in my hand.
Yeah.
And it just felt good. I loved it. So if that game comes to the Switch, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Because I love that game. Yeah. Like, that game is really, really awesome. Like, I think they did a hell of a job with it. And I loved the Wii U version. I love the 3DS version probably a little bit more because, like you said, I can take it on the go. And do what I want to do, all that stuff. Spart V, what is up, man? How you doing tonight? So my thing is that I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if I gave it a 9.5 out of 10 at the time. Like, I really reviewed it really high. I thought it was a really good game. But here, how did you like Dig 2?
I've not played it yet.
Are you kidding me?
Is this where it ends now?
What is wrong with you? Stop playing Mario Maker and start playing that, man. What are you doing with your life? Good God, you disappoint me. You really do. I can't. Okay, so Twin World game. I have played the DLC. The thing that I loved about the DLC was they took additional maps and just dropped them into the game.
Right.
So it was just really, really a lot of fun, like the way it flowed and stuff. And then also they added Fen, the character, which was really nice to how it handled. I personally loved Dig 2. I thought Dig 2 was just so good.
They seem to, like, indie developers, they seem to have more passion. I don't know if it just comes through that way, whereas because because they're smaller, you get to interact with the people more. Whereas like Nintendo, Sega, Rockstar, whatever, it's more of a corporate opinion, isn't it, rather than a personal opinion. Like Zoink Games, they're another one. They're really good on social media. I can't get enough of Zoink Games. Everything that they do, the whole art style. As soon as you only need to see a screenshot and you know that it's Zoink.
Oh, absolutely. Handful of bits. What's up, man? Thank you.
That's Charlie.
Charlie. Welcome to the chat, Charlie. And what was I gonna say? Oh, Matt Knight, how you doing? What's up, my man? Yes. So Stick It to the Man comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that comes out soon, doesn't it?
Games. I can't wait for that one. I love that game. That game's really good. But there's kind of quasi in the world of Flippin' Death, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
So that'd be really cool. Josh Stapleton in the house. What is up? So the thing that I love about Zoink Games is, I'm not going to go into the whole story, but they wound up sending me like rotten fish here to the United States. So go on the Geek Guru channel. I gotta bring that over to the Nintendo Guru because it's so good. But I curse in it and stuff. That's the problem. That's the main reason I don't. But they sent me Strominer, whatever.
Was it intended as rotten fish, or did it just take that long in the post?
No. It's a delicacy in Sweden.
Right.
It's called Stromning, something like that. Like it's legit trash. It's legit trash. I had no clue. I thought they were sending me a T-shirt, dude. I really did, because I'm talking to Barry Dunn, Barry Dunn is getting a package in the mail at the same time. Yeah. And I'm thinking, and Barry's like, oh, I'm getting like artwork from Klaus, and I'm getting a T-shirt. I'm like, oh, they must be sending me a T-shirt too. Like, come on. If they're sending Barry Dunn a T-shirt, they gotta be sending me one. You know what I mean? No, they sent me rotten fish, and I'm like, what? Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, I cracked the can.
Oh,
and
no.
The smell of death just comes up out of that can. You think I'm lying? I'm dead serious. Like, I'm not being humorous for the like, it was the most awful rank smell. Is there a video of you actually? Did you actually taste it and try it? I started dry heaving, dude. I couldn't even get it to my mouth. Legit, like, I was just like, I can't do this. This is no lie. This part's not on video. I'm out front. It's snowing, right? Yeah. I'm out front. I open the can and I see eyeballs. Oh. And I start dry heaving. And I'm like, I can't. I just took the can, threw it in the trash. I'm like, I can't do it. They're offering me. They said if I ate a piece, that they would give me a physical copy of Zombie Vikings. Ain't worth it. That game not worth I played that game. That game is not that good. It's a phenomenal game. That game is not worth my mouth. Wasn't gonna happen. I love Klaus. I love Zoink Games. I love Zombie Vikings. That game is not worth it. Nothing is worth it. $1 million. I'll think about it. Probably wouldn't do it. No, I probably would do it for $1 million. But it's bad, man. It is. Future. Patrick Nintendo Talk, what is up, buddy? How you doing? So yeah. Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon come out soon, don't they, as well? Do you think you're going to be bringing up that trash? Do you think you're going to be picking them up now? I'm not picking that up. No. No, I'm going to piss a lot of people off in the chat. I know about that comment. No, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. I did play Sun and Moon a little bit. I've played Sun a little bit. Yeah, where I will get into it, and I've made some promises to people. Is when it hits the Switch, I'll buy it and I'll play it and give it an honest college try and see if I can tolerate it. Well, if they stop putting games on the Switch, I can find time to play stuff. That's my problem right now. I knew the minute I said something about Pokemon, Chibi would get all upset. Chibi, I love you. Don't. Paul made me say all this. This is all scripted. This is not true. This is not how I feel, Chibi. You know this. I'm influencing Bobby. Now so for me, like, I'll give it a shot on Switch when it comes out.
What do you think the new
But
game's going to be like on the Switch then? The
I
one that
actually
they
think
teased.
So I think what they're doing is this. I think this is what'll happen. The one that'll come out next year that'll hit the Switch will kind of be similar to what we currently get. I think the one after that will be the big one.
Yeah.
You know, the one that's true, like what a new aged.
So maybe the next one will be like a Sun and Moon 2.0.
Something like that. Like it'll be that art style, all that stuff.
Like a top-down 2.5D.
Yes, exactly. Somebody just tipped me. What is going on here? Lee Kingsley, what is up, man? Thank you so much for the money. I appreciate that so much. $1.50. And that's Charlie Handabits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie. Lee. That's why I give you money, because you just want to hear me say his name again. That's all. You want to hear that Charlie. That wasn't Chibi. That was money. That one. The other one that gets, that's just, you know, somebody subscribing. It's startled. It's kind of weird. I don't know if you heard it. It's weird.
No, I didn't hear it.
Quasi-sexual. It's a little weird sound, man. But it's loud in my ears. I'm like, what the heck is going on, man?
Where's that coming from?
Damn you, Paul. Yeah, hey, I gotta tell you something, man. What is your obsession with male genitalia?
As I was saying before,
Let me tell you something. Typically, when I do the promo art, right, or the thing that I tweet out, I go through people's Twitter stuff, and I'm like, dude, this guy. No. I'm like, all I see is penises and balls. Like, what is going on here?
It's all for Adam Leonhardt. He loves it. Loves every single.
Adam Leonhardt, that explains a lot, honestly. That explains a whole hell of a lot.
As I was saying before, I use my Twitter for absolutely everything. Sometimes it gets a bit adult. So
sometimes there's a lot of adult.
Yeah,
there,
mainly.
There's a lot.
That's the trouble with streaming Mario Maker, because it pulls in a quite a young audience. It's, you know, it's people younger than 20, 10, you know, early teens, and
they hop over to Twitter and they see a girl with playing the DJ decks and stuff, and I'm like,
oh, that was safe. That was safe for work. That was fine.
Here, I'm like, what, Paul? What is up here?
Did you see the puppets? The guys with the puppets.
I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff. I do not recommend it.
It took a while to find a nice photo of me smiling.
Oh, I'm sure it did. Oh my god. Anyway, so you play a lot of Mario Maker.
Yes.
That's the one thing that a lot of people have said about you, and that I've noticed. My question to you is, so you got to be a fan of Mario. Something they have to do. Do you really like Mario Maker that much?
Well, when I started out, Mario Maker lends itself really well to making videos, to playing someone's level, recording what you do. It's really easy to make a good video from Mario Maker. And I don't know, I enjoy it. As I've said before, I always I look at YouTube as a hobby. I look at it as a way to sort of like my personal time to enjoy myself, and if that makes somebody else happy as well, then I've done my job, and it's fulfilled my aim with YouTube, sort of thing. But I enjoy playing the platform levels. I enjoy playing the puzzles. I like the one screen puzzles mainly. That's what I mainly do and mainly into, and it's the way that sort of all the different mechanics can work and break the game, basically. With that said, though, I don't think we'll get a Mario Maker 2. I'm not one of these that are sort of we've got to get a Mario Maker 2. I don't think it's not going to happen soon.
Yeah, and I don't. Part of me thinks it's not even going to hit the Switch.
No, I don't think we need one, because it was a phase where everyone who's played it casually has made the levels, have made the bad levels, have discovered that they can't make levels, or they're not good at making levels, and they're not fun, and all that sort of stuff. And then
a lot of people aren't good at making levels. No, a lot of people.
And that's past that, and it's a phase that's sort of I can't see it happening next year or the year after. Maybe in 3 or 4 years' time. Maybe on the next maybe on the next console, because he brought it out for the 3DS as well, didn't they? So
and that was just bad.
Yeah,
that whole setup was bad. The only way that I would give it another shot, is if they did do it on the Switch, and if they reconciled the ability to find stuff, like find levels. Now,
because I'm assuming that you've not played Mario Maker for 12 months or more.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Now there's a whole fan website. Oh god, Makers of Mario.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's right around the time when I stopped playing.
Yeah.
When those guys started.
So
playing.
that website came out. You've got Warp World again, which is all this is fan made, and it's so much better than the Nintendo setup. For me, people can come into my chat, type their level code into the chat, and it'll bookmark it, and go in my bookmark list, and I can just hit refresh, and then it pulls a level.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So again, it's really easy to stream Mario Maker or to record Mario Maker, and it's the fans that have done that more than Nintendo. So it's for the people that are still into Mario Maker, it's improved from what it was. There's still a lot of bad levels, but the levels that are there now are a lot better than they were 12 months ago.
My issue with it was there was so many like don't move levels.
Yeah.
The first 3 I played were like, this is amazing.
And then I was like, and you're bouncing around everywhere, and it's like
and I thought,
boring.
This is great. This is ingenious. And now I was like, oh, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Like this is like who? Seriously, ban these people. Don't praise them. Ban them. This is nuts. But
it's more. Them sort of levels are more of a showcase of the person's patience making the level, isn't it? More than anything else.
Yeah. And see, my thing was the way I played it was I loved building levels. I loved making levels, and I feel like my levels were pretty solid. Because what I did was I went and built the platforming first. Then I went back and added the enemies, and then would play through. And then what I would do is I would hand it to my wife and say, "Hey, play this for me."
Yeah.
And I would see where she struggled, where she, was pretty simple.
Didn't understand where to go, or
and the thing of it is sometimes you would look at it and go, "Oh, I didn't intend for somebody to go that way. Look how she went that way. Yeah. Okay, I need to figure something out to maybe stop them, because maybe I'm trying to redirect them down low."
Yeah. Well, when you make a level, you're only thinking how to beat that level the way that you want.
Yes.
You don't understand, and segueing onto Mario Odyssey, I'm guessing that we'll talk about that but the level design is from Nintendo.
Yeah.
People who have got Mario Maker have only been designing levels since Mario Maker came out. Yeah. That was the trouble with Mario Maker.
Yeah. And so for me it was make the levels fun first. And then just make them a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
And that was the way I looked at it. Because Toby and I were going to do this series one time where he would make a level and I would make a level. And then he would play my level, I would play his level.
Yeah.
Him playing my level, he has fun. Me playing his level, I'm so pissed and frustrated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't design, man. He's like, what are you talking about? This is ingenious. I'm like, dude, it is balls hard. That's not fun. Like, that's not... It might be fun to watch me getting frustrated and mad, but it's not fun to play.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's so easy. I'm like, it's easy for you because you built the level.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not easy for the person that's trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And doesn't understand where to go, doesn't understand where to jump or what to hit. Now, some of the best levels that I've seen have only got one enemy type.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And there's no sort of like enemy spam. You know, I remember how you could stack the enemies on top of each other and put Bowser on them and all that. I don't like that stuff. Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. I had this thing where what I did one style, and it was all pipes. So there was like pipes all over the place. Some of them you could dip down into, some you can't. Some had enemies coming out and all that stuff, but like for the most part it was straightforward. But in each level, I hid a Bowser in there. So it's like you can either go and fight Bowser, or you can just back out and get away.
Yeah.
And it was like you would just randomly run into a Bowser, and it was like, what if you sometimes you would find him and sometimes you wouldn't. And it was always kind of cool to watch people like find them and like freak out. And it was like,
yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Now the best thing with Mario Maker was seeing somebody else play your level. I found that was the reward of sort of because you'd spend 5, 6, maybe 10 hours making a level, and then to see somebody else play it, that would be the best thing. So that's why I record the things, because I like to give people I like to give it back to people to to enjoy like that.
I have to send you over my levels so you can check them out and see get the professional's opinion.
What they've I'll because you've probably not seen this either, but remember the music blocks, and people would make music levels. And they'd have all the static they'd just have blocks everywhere. Well, now what they've started doing is, if you put the note blocks on a track, so you'd have note blocks sort of top, middle, bottom, and they'd spawn in the level, and depending on how high they were, it would be the pitch of the note. They'd fall off the track, and then they'd have all the notes running along, hitting the same item, and it would play a different tune. That mechanic's only sort of been discovered over the last sort of 6 months maybe, and it's cool. some of the Mario Maker levels now are really, really, really good.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. So let's segue a little bit into Odyssey.
Yeah.
What I don't want to, so we'll avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't
No
really
spoilers.
Tap on spoilers. Yeah. What's your take of the game? Like, well, let's start this. Have you beaten the game yet?
I've beaten the story mode. Or I've beaten.
But you haven't 100%.
I've not 100%ed it.
Yeah, but you've beaten you've rolled the credits.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your takeaway from it? When
I went to EGX, which is a gaming convention in the UK, and we got to play the Sand Kingdom and the New Donk City before release. Coming away from that, it had sort of killed my hype. I was sort of, Cappy felt a bit gimmicky. Bearing in mind we only got 10 minutes to play.
Yeah.
So you didn't understand all the different throws that you can do and things like that. And it was sort of, it felt a bit gimmicky. It didn't feel smooth. But that was because you didn't know the controls, you didn't know the level, you didn't have a context for the Cappy, you didn't have context for the story.
Yes.
So that sort of put me on a bit of a downer. Now, playing it, as soon as I started it, it was like my hype or my excitement was building, and then I reached a point in New Donk City. You know the part of that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was playing it on stream, and a lot of people joined because they knew where I was up to and what would be happening, and I got overwhelmed with it, and it was amazing. It was really, really good.
It's funny because I was streaming
I nearly
at the
cried.
same time too. Yeah, I was streaming at the same time, not at the same time as you, but like I was streaming that section.
Yeah.
And I just turned to the camera like, guys, look at the smile on my face right now.
Yeah. It was like,
this is amazing, man.
Yeah.
So it was, and that was definitely
from that sort of moment, that was like, this is it. This is everything I wanted without knowing what I wanted, sort of thing. It was,
It's for me. So what happened to me was about a week before the game actually launched, maybe like 4 days prior. My wife and I go to Target, and
they've got the demo units there, haven't they? Yeah,
they had the demo unit there, right? So I didn't know they had a demo unit there, but I said to her, "Let's run over to let's run over to the video game section. I just want to see if they have any Switches in the cases.
Oh, I always nosy at that, wondering if they've got games or Switches
I just
and things like that.
I just want to see if the Switches were, but there was people, I believe, might have been Matt Knight or whatever, but there was a couple people that are posting like the Mario Switch was out early. They screwed up and they were putting them out early.
Right.
I just want to go. Because if I could buy it a day early, I'm gonna buy that thing a day or two early. I'm like, I don't care. They didn't have any. They just had the regular ones. They had a lot of regular ones. They had about 10 of them, I think, which is a good number there.
Yeah.
So I go over and I see the kiosk, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try this. So I go and I pick it up, and I pick up the Joy-Con grip, because I don't want to play with Joy-Con separate. I want to play with the Joy-Con grip.
Yeah, totally.
And I start playing it, and I was like, this is no lie. I played for 2 minutes, and I put the controller down. And my wife was like, that's it? I don't need to play no more. I want this game so badly now, I can't even see it. I was like, it's Mario. I don't need to know anything more. Like, it felt like Mario, just in an open world capacity to some degree. You know what I mean? Because I was playing the Sand Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it was like, so that gives you that open world vibe to it, you know what I mean? You can run wherever you want to run, all that. And I was like, I'm in. I'm sold. I don't need to see no more. I don't need to know no more. This is it. I want it.
Well, that's the thing. Knowing that there's a 3D Mario game coming out for the Switch, you didn't need to see any trailers, you didn't need to play any gameplay, you were going to buy it. Everyone that owns a Switch is going to buy a Mario game.
Yeah, I feel like Nintendo just shows too much anymore.
Yeah.
Like, by the time Breath of the Wild hit, they showed, and the sad part was, honestly, that trailer that they showed at the Switch reveal, most amazing trailer I've ever seen for a video game, right? They showed like 90% of the cutscenes in that trailer. It was like, why? Why would you do this? This makes no sense to me. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why they just showed so much. It's like, guys, you want to show stuff like this is the stuff you should be doing.
They're trying
with
to sell
Chronicles.
Yeah, they're trying to sell a game that's already been sold to.
You don't need to sell. Listen, they sold that Breath of the Wild game at that first E3 reveal when it looks like a painting behind Enuma, and all of a sudden it comes to life, and then boom, here comes when Link
the
pops
blades
up
of
in that bow.
grass and
Dude, you sold it that instant. You didn't need to show no more. Honestly, they could have never showed a thing for 4 years and been like, here it is, and then everybody would have bought it. So it's I don't know. But Zelda is so massive. I remember I was playing Zelda, and I was playing on the Great Plateau, and I thought, like, this thing is huge.
How far have you got?
With Zelda? Oh, I beat Zelda. I got all the shrines. I haven't done the Master Trials. I did the first level of the Master Trials. I gotta go back and do the second two.
Right, okay.
I do want to go back now and do the Xenoblade Chronicles.
The new
DLC. Just popped. I do want to go back and do that, but I'm afraid if I do go back and do that, it's gonna suck me right back in, man. I think I put 160 hours into that game.
Well, I've still not beat Ganon. I've done.
What?
I know. I've been to Ganon. Okay. I've done all 4 Divine Beasts. I've been to Ganon. But I didn't. I wanted to go and see what Ganon was like, but I didn't want to beat him until I've got all the shrines.
Okay.
And I'm trying to pick away at it slowly, because I want to. Once the DLC comes at Christmas, I want to sort of get back into it, and I want it to sort of.
I want that storyline DLC so badly.
I would love a storyline where it's 100 years before, and you play around as the.
Did you get these today?
No, I hate you.
Did you get them today?
No.
Really? Why not?
You are Mr. Amiibo.
I am Mr. Amiibo. Trust me on that one.
So are you going to unbox the box? Well, what's it? Box Boy.
Box Boy is not getting unboxed.
No.
No, and the reason is that
live on stream.
The reason I won't unbox Box Boy, like I unbox them all, is because it's from Japan. So for me,
that's a special one. It's
like these two back. That's Ness and Lucas, right?
Yeah.
They're both Japanese ones, so I kept them in the package. Now I have the American ones, and they're open, but for me, Box Boy, because it was a Japanese exclusive, I love the Japanese text on it and stuff. I just don't want to open that one.
Yeah.
But
it's not as if you can just go to the shop and go and buy another one.
No, exactly. It ain't like you can go pick this bad. But he is amazing. Like, he is so well done, man. Holy crap.
They've come on a long way since the first generation,
right?
yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, and that looks like the sword that like the Lionels use.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such. Actually, you know what that is? That's the
boulder,
yeah.
Boulder
basher. Dude, he is so amazing. These things are Rivali, man. Rivali's. Okay, so what was the first beast you took down?
I
opened my.
Don't
mind.
I went to the desert first. I went to the Gerudo Desert. Done that one first.
That's the hardest one, man.
I know, and I wish that I never done that one first. I wish that I could sort of. But here's the thing with Zelda. Everyone who talked about Zelda had a different story. Yeah. Not two people who you spoke to done the game in the same order, the same way. A lot of people went and done the shrines or the divine beasts and different orders and side quests and things like that. And that was one of the best things about it, really. So I done Gerudo Desert, then nice.
I'm basically showing it to the stream. I don't care if you see it. This isn't for you. I'm showing it to the people. No, I'm just kidding. This is a private show for you, Anna.
That comes later.
You and your penis shots stuff? No, not happening.
Can I just clarify they're not of me. They're not my penis shots.
They're not your. Yeah, that would be really. That was a nice one.
So after the desert, I went and done the Zora, then Rivali's Gale, and then the Gerudo last.
I did Rivali's Gale first.
Right.
And I felt like it made the game so much easier after I did that one.
Yeah, because you could just swoop up and
jump up.
Yeah.
So when I was hitting the towers that were really hard to get to,
yeah,
it was a no-brainer for me. I was banging them out. There we go. It's the final one. I don't understand the
pole.
Why? Why?
It doesn't need it.
Like, and I'm over here looking up under the skirt to see, like, why? Why would you put that there? Like, that is family friendly. My butt, Nintendo. I don't know what Reggie's thinking over there. But so, let's see, we got 10 minutes to go here.
Yeah.
Before we gotta shut it down. And the only reason I'm making a hard stop is I have a podcast to record at 9 o'clock with the guys from Planet Nintendo, and not only that, like, dude, it's late as hell for you.
I
like,
know, 2 a.m. Well, I've got to go to work in the morning. I've got to be up at 5:30.
What is wrong with you? Why are you even here, man?
Because we enjoy it and we love it, and it's we're geeks, aren't we? And we.
Oh my god, you're sick. You're sick in the head, man. That's the problem.
So I was listening to your when you done the Q&A a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days. How long ago was that now? A week, maybe a bit more.
About a week. Last weekend.
Yeah.
Friday,
And I asked you some questions about why did you start YouTube? What were your goals and all that sort of stuff? And listening to your answers, it hit me that I started YouTube without any goals. I didn't have any aims. I didn't have. I don't know. I wish that I could sort of go back and have a 12-month plan, or like you said.
You still can.
Yeah.
You can start now. Shake, Senora. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they've come from my chat as well.
That's a hell of a name right there. No, man, seriously, like, I feel like this, okay? If this got thrown at me a couple weeks ago. because like I was complaining about something getting copyright strike, and then someone came at me and was like, well, I thought you did this for fun. And I was like, look, I do this for fun, but at the same time, like, it's not free to do everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I would like to earn a little bit of revenue to afford to do, like, I have 3 monitors right here.
Yeah.
They're not free. Like, they're not, I didn't just walk up and be like, I didn't go to Best Buy, like, I'll take that and that. And they're like, oh, you're the Nintendo Guru, here you go. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I had to buy, like,
well, I've bought a microphone that was £80, a webcam £80. I've just bought a new laptop that was £700. It's
I got a light that sits over top of me, right? I got that. Yeah. Dude, that thing was like $50-$60. You know, the webcam was $80.
Yeah.
This microphone was $150 that I got. You know, like, so for me, it's like, if I can earn a little bit back, that's what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want to try to offset the cost of what it is, you know? If I get to the point where, like, hey, if I can pay my internet bill, that's because I'm streaming, I'm doing stuff. Like, ultimately, that's what I... So for me, it's like, if that's the case, right? If I look at it like that, I look at it and go, okay, I need to take it serious when I do it. You know what I mean? So I put time into what I'm doing, and I try to make it the best that I can. Because I go like this, I go, if I was sitting here and watching this, would I keep watching? If it was just 2 guys in a Skype call, and it was Paul takes up half the screen and Bobby takes up the other half of the screen, would I sit there and watch that? Maybe, but I might leave.
Yeah.
But when I go, hey, here's 2 guys that are sitting there, and they got this cool looking, you know, overlay going on, and like, hey, there's Twitter handle, like, it feels like something I would watch, like an IGN show or something like that. Like, I'm not comparing myself to them in any stretch of imagination. I know I'm not on that level, but when I look at it and go, if this guy's taking care of what he's doing, then does that make me, like, that makes me show interest in what he's doing.
And that was what I never done when I started, because I was on a budget when I started, and I sort of...
everybody is.
Yeah, definitely. I thought to myself, there's no point in spending a lot of money into this if I'm not going to enjoy it or not going to carry on. So I bought a dead cheap capture card off eBay that I had to put a USB stick into, and it would record to the USB stick, and then I recorded the audio onto the microphone on my phone, and then I put the 2 together, and that was how I started. And it was... And
you know what's crazy, Paul? If we could go back in time, I would have spent the money all up front, because the money I wasn't spending, I was spending it in time. Trying to do it the cheap way. You know what I mean? Like, although, like, I wouldn't have gone, but, like, I had a webcam. I have like, the webcam you're watching me on is on my Mac. The one that the people are watching me on right now is on my actual Logitech.
So I don't get the best webcam, is that what you're saying?
I don't give you the best of me. You don't deserve the best of me. My friends, they deserve the best of me. So my thing has always been like, hey, we're gonna, you know, do what we can do.
Do the best you can do with the money that you've got.
That I can do. Yes. But my thing is to you, what I would say is, and this is what I did. This is no lie. Like, I sat down and was like, I'm going to set myself up with goals. Where do I want to be as time moves on? And back in May, okay, so when I was working the other job, right?
Yeah.
And we just finished up Mother's Day, which was in May. And I was like, I need to get out of this job. I need to go do something else. And I had made plans. I was looking for a job. But I said to my wife, I was like, man, I need to really put more time into YouTube and what I'm doing here. I'm like, so my goal is going to be that by the end of summer, I want to be at 1,000 subscribers. If I can reach 1,000 subs by the end of the summer, I have succeeded. I will feel like I've done something. And I nailed it. And I was like, okay, I'm onto something. But at the same time that I kind of made that leap, I also started Nintendo Talk. So I was like, I'm going to give a consistent, everyday, you know,
that's the thing
show.
with YouTube. You've got to be consistent.
You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent. And when you tell people you're going to do something, you need to do it.
Yeah.
Because people, if they go and they show up every day to watch your stuff and you're not producing, they're not going to give you the same. You know, it's just the way it works. So, but yeah, set up goals, dude. Definitely. Definitely. I mean, if you're remotely take it anywhere serious, which obviously if you're streaming as much as you do, you're taking it serious. Set goals for yourself, because not only that, it's like it's little things that push you and drive you. Because I tell you what, when I hit 1,000 subs, holy crap, dude, I like lost it. I was like, this is amazing, you know. So it's like one of those things where
you can have a little satisfaction and you can gloat, and you've got your moment then. Yeah, I get it.
Because what happens is the goals, that's what outweighs. That's your pain. That's what gets you excited. With everything that's going on, and that's where you need to like focus and go, okay, this is what I need to do. So that's I would say wholeheartedly, man, grab it and go with it. You know, and definitely do your thing.
Okay, well, I'll have to have a little think then and set some goals. At the moment, I'm on 682 subscribers.
So you're at 682 subscribers. How long did it take you to get to that level?
14 months, maybe.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So what I would say to you is, I would say give yourself 8 months to be at 1,000 subs. That's 50 subscribers a month.
Yeah.
You should be able to do that. You should be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, some streams we hit 30 subscribers during the stream, which is
everybody needs to go sub to you now. What is your what's your channel?
YouTube.com/Paul Lloyd.
That's all it is?
That's all it is. The little bit of pride that I've got at the moment, Bobby, is I'm more popular on YouTube than Paul Lloyd the boxer.
Really? That's crazy. I'm going to put it in here. YouTube.com/Paul.
Put at Utler. Oh, yeah, duh.
What in the hell? There's 3 L's.
3 L's.
Back to back.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I want. So everybody run over there real quick. Subscribe to Paul Lloyd, please. and
we'll try and hit that goal.
And then we'll get you to that goal. We're gonna push. We're gonna help you get to that goal. But that seriously, like everybody, if you're watching right now, please take 2 seconds, jump over, go check them out, go follow them, go subscribe. You know, I don't even know that I'm.
Andrew 6607. Thank you very much. There's one.
I think I holy crap, I wasn't. So there you go. I'm 684. That works. That works for me. So, real quick, before we go, let everybody know again, how can they find you? Where can they find you? All that good stuff. You know, let everybody know.
PaulLloyd.com, YouTube.com/Paul Lloyd, and Paul Lloyd 10 on Twitter. They're the main things. They're the main ways to get in touch, to interact, and all that stuff. I've got Discord and that sort of stuff as well, but just YouTube. Yeah, it was. We'll have to do it again at some point as well. Oh man.
I appreciate it. So thank you very much. That is all. Peace out, Preston.